guys, welcome back to my client success series. And today we have the amazing, the sexy Ronja. She is a female feminine sovereignty coach, and she helps women just embody their wealth. But let me let Ronja introduce herself because she can do so much better than me. So go ahead, Ronja.
All right. So my name is Ronja. My higher self, my work name, so to speak, is Amaranta Aurum. She is a goddess of love and abundance. And what I do in a nutshell is that I help sensitive and ambitious women to be their wild selves, like without sacrificing their income. So they can be valued literally as feminine beings, which we all need in this world. And to the point where we actually see the digits in the bank account. So like that's what I do. And I do this through a spiritual therapy. So we take care of like all of the basic stuff, so you can really just go out and take all the action that you really just feel like doing, you desire. And yeah, that's going to create everything for you.
Oh, how sexy does that sound? That's amazing. I love it. Oh, girl. Oh, okay. I can't wait to go into today's conversation. So I want you to start with what made you just message me, send me a DM and say, listen, I need to work with you. What made you do that?
Well, I mean, I have been following you for a while. I have been lurking, as the real buyers do. They lurk.
Right.
So, and yeah, I had a conversation with you a long time ago because I was inspired by you and without any intention of buying from you. And then I was working on my business just for a long time, and I just discovered that I kept getting into the hustle mode. And it's like, well, I mean, this is not what I like. I know something else is possible. And the way that I decided to handle it was to outsource all of that energy work, which is what I preach as well. Like, you're not supposed to do everything alone. And it's possible to have somebody else just take care of it. So you don't have to sit with it till the end of time and figure out your feelings, and it's good if that feels right for you. But I just want to let you know, it's possible. And that's what I wanted. And I knew that you're so talented, so powerful. And nobody could give me the experience of actual wealth than you. I don't know how to say it. And I was just like, listen, I have this one belief in my head, and I know you need to take care of it for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Ronja, I'm just soaking in all the appreciation right now and all the love. Because literally, we had a live on Instagram. I think that was 2 years ago. When was that? Like a year or two?
It was something like that, yeah.
How long ago? And we're speaking about wealth, we were speaking about feminine energy, and we just bounced off. It's like, you're my soul sister. We just have that energy with each other. You're just my soul sister. So when you messaged me, I was just like, yes, Ronja, girl, how you doing? how's it been? It was just so, it's so natural. It's such a natural conversation that we had. There was no intention, no icky intentions in between. It's just I want the best for you. You want the best for me. Let's see how we can figure this out.
I just love everything that you talk about. I don't know. I just have this deep, heartfelt love for you. I mean, it's weird, but yeah.
Oh my God, that's so much. So what made you, when you said yes, when you said yes to working with me, well, tell me the thought process. What were you thinking in your mind? What made you to say yes? This is a moment that I'm going to go invest in myself, and I'm going to say yes to my dreams and my goals and desires. And what made you think I'll be the perfect person for you to help support you?
Well, the thing was, I've been investing in myself for a long time. So it was not, that part was not new to me. I knew that I wanted to work with you, and I'm always very clear about these things. The thing that was difficult for me was this was the first time where I have decided to make an investment that was actually I didn't have the money in my bank account at this point. So this was what was difficult for me, because I had to deal with the thoughts I had about myself, I'm being reckless, I'm irresponsible with my finances. It's the most difficult thing for me, but I know that I can make money. I know my power in this way. I know it doesn't always happen in the way that I want it to, but it always happens. And I know that no matter what, like I got my own back. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then I just stopped thinking about it. I just said yes.
Quieted it's like you silenced your ego and you were like, you know what, I'm gonna make it happen. I remember on the call with you, and you were like, the fears were coming up, which is absolutely normal. Like I was coaching you through the fears, and I was like, listen, Ron, at the end of the day, you know there's a reason why you booked this call with me. And it wasn't because you're just trying to see what would happen. Like you're not that type of woman just to like waste your time and see how it goes. So you made an intention, you made a very powerful decision to book a call with me. And the only thing you needed was someone to remind you of how powerful you are, because you are a very powerful being. Your energy is just like, oh my God, I can't. It's so magnificent, your energy. Like when I was on the call with you, I was like, this woman, she's destined for greatness. Okay, she already is greatness.
This is the first time someone has told me. I'm so sorry, but I just get so emotional just from hearing that. Wow, thank you so much.
You're destined for greatness. And I see that in you, Ronja. I see so much like you know your potential, but I see it. I see it in your light. I see it in your aura. I see it in your energy. So just like working with you is just like, oh, this is going to be so delicious. It's going to be such a delicious experience for both of us. You're going to get the best. You're going to reach that potential. And I could see it. But it's just that fear, the ego saying, no, don't do it. Money, 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 money. But I'm just so proud of you for saying that. I don't care. If I don't have the physical cash, I'm going to do it. That's your defining moment, I think. That's what just made you, I feel like that's the moment where you came into yourself and you're like, I trust myself now more than ever before. Yeah. So, let's talk about what surprised you the most, in our session together. Because we only had a 2-hour session. It wasn't like we could.
We have one.
So describe to people, like, what was that experience like having abundance rewiring with me? What were you surprised about the most?
Well, it's like I'm not really sure how surprised I was, because I knew like this was what I wanted, you know. It's like you buy a Gucci bag and like it's gonna be amazing, you know. But I mean, I think what really was the thing was that it went so fast, you know, and I'm used to working with energy fast. But to find someone who is at that level of energetic competence, like, you know, you're able to actually make it happen within me. It's so rare. Like I worked with so many healers, so many therapists and clairvoyant people in my life. And I have met 2 people who's been able to do what like that, like besides myself. And it's you and my spiritual teacher, my original spiritual teacher. So like that's what surprised me, because there are not a lot of people out there who are able to do what you can do.
Girl. Oh my God. Girl. Oh my God, I'm so honored right now. Oh, that is amazing. Just to hear that. Wow. That is stunning. Like I'm too stunned to speak right now. I'm so stunned. Like during this, because I remember during the session, I remember feeling your energy, and I remember feeling the shadow in your energy, and I knew it was your ego. I knew straight away it was your ego. I was just waiting for you to say it, because when you say it, you're the one who's going to release the trauma. So talk to people about that experience, if you remember, about the death of your ego. Can I talk about it a little bit in my content? So I want people to understand that. What's that concept? How did it feel to die?
So the death of the ego, how to describe, you know, because as human beings, every single one of us has an ego. It's like everybody has a nose, everybody has an arm, everybody has an ego, right? And what I have been doing, because I always had fire in my heart that I wanted something big in life, right? So little me, like, heard about the ego death and was like, the ego's in your way, and tried to diminish herself, believing that she was like getting rid of the ego. And what I have learned over the years is that you cannot transcend your ego without doing inner child work. So I have been doing a lot of inner child work. And what we did in session after all of this was that we both took care of our inner child and transcended the ego.
Wow.
And honestly, like, I don't know how to explain the ego death, because like the ego wants to explain, and there's a reality available to every one of us that is so delightful, so full of light and joy, and just straight up pleasure, and where you don't have to have money, but where money is just such a natural, like, side effect to you being your true self. And this is the essence of what I try to teach. And this was what we got to the core of in our session. This is like the meaning of life, you know, like there is so much wealth available to us at every single moment. And we don't see it because we believe that it comes in the form of money. But the reality is that when we see the money or the wealth, the money will automatically come to us. This is what they don't teach you in business school. They don't teach you this. They teach you to become a system that is there to exploit you. And this is not reality. Yeah. That was from the heart.
I felt it. And you know what? This is like my message. Like, I really want women to believe that there's a reality that's available. Because we all sign up for realities. We all sign up for the reality that it's not possible. I can't live my dreams. I have children. Like me and you, we're mothers. I have children. My time is gone. You know, maybe when the kids grow older, I'll focus on myself. And seeing women deteriorate, like their potential, really hurts me. It really, because it's not just affecting them, it's affecting society.
Yeah.
Like we live in a system where women are, like we talk about women's rights, but women don't really have their rights. Like, let's be honest now. We don't really have our rights. We're still being discriminated. We're still being disempowered. We're still being sexualized. We're still being seen as objects and not actual human beings. And so, like, for women just to come into their own, like when I saw you in that session, coming into your own, when you met your future self, and she was saying, self-preservation, let it go. Let the self-preservation go. Stop trying to preserve yourself because you don't need to. You are a soul having a human experience. That's it. And what happens in our bodies, our ego lives in our bodies and it tries to restrict it because all it knows. The body is very restricting, but the soul is free. The soul has no limits. The soul never gets tired. So just like you're saying this about women embodying wealth, like that's my mission. And I know it's your mission too. And just seeing you that's accepting that mission and start talking about, oh girl, I can feel that passion in your heart. I literally can feel it. Like it's, oh girl.
No, the fire is real. And the thing that happens because there's a lot of women that have a lot of fire in them. This is really good. You know, these are the ambitious ones, the activists, the people that have a mission, who wants to do something and impact. You know, these are the people that we work with as well. What can happen is that if you don't have your fire balanced, you might be motivated to get out of bed in the morning. And you might hustle and hustle and hustle and keep going because you have to, right? And you think that if you don't have this fire, you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to do anything with life. You're just going to watch the world burn, right? And like be ignorant or indifferent. But the fact is that this fire can also burn you down. Like this is burnout, you know? The fire of wanting justice can turn into war energy, and this is going to kill you before it's going to kill anyone else. So the art of it is to really find peace in your mission, you know, and to get up in the morning and have the fire warm you and bring light instead of killing you, because you know both things can happen.
That is the quote of the century. Let the fire warm you. And ladies, if you haven't signed up with Ronja right now, if not make you sign up with Ronja, it does not make you want to work with this woman, because you can just tell by the way she's talking. It's poetry. It's your soul. This is your soul speaking. Like our souls are in this interview right now, and we're just speaking to each other, and that's the truth. Oh, like y'all Ronja on Instagram right now. and ask, how do I work with you? Because this woman knows what she's talking about. And the fact that you just hear articulating it so well, not that you were doing it before, but just, I can feel it, the energy. I can feel like, oh, you know, this is your soul mission now. This is who you're embodying. It's the embodiment of who you are. You're not faking it. This is a real you. Right. This is like, and that's what happens when the ego dies. It's no more trying to seek validation. You're no longer trying to compete. You're no longer trying to like prove that you're the one or try to get chosen. You know you're it. You're the ish. You're the bomb. You're the girl. Like, you know, sprinkle some dust on my name. Like, girl, I am it. Sprinkle some like magic on my name. Sprinkle some glitter because I'm it. This is how you're talking, and I can feel that energy, which is amazing. Just after a 2-hour session, guys.
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours. That's it. I want to talk about the audio. I don't speak about the audio a lot, but the audio means a lot to me. This is sometimes why I take a while with me and you. Like, it was 7 days, but this is why I take a while sometimes, because literally it's like I feel like I want to speak your reality into existence, your dreams into existence. So this is what I do with the audio. I stalk your page. I stalk your videos. I literally will be watching you for hours, looking at, writing down words. What do you say? What are the words that you speak? How do you carry yourself? I literally go into your energy and then I create the audio. So tell me how the audio has been. How has it been listening to it? Because a lot of people don't understand what the audio is. Maybe they don't get why it's part of the healing or why it's part of the journey. So explain to people, like, how has that experience been for you listening to it?
So, like, I also work with like sending people an audio after I do a session, right? So I understand like the meaning of it. Your audio is the most beautiful thing I ever heard. It's like, this is my life. This is my life, you know? And the thing about like these sessions is that you can get a lot of stuff done in one session. Like we're the proof of this right here, right? But obviously when you go out, you live your life. This is where you want it to be integrated. And that only happens by you living your life. And a really good way of integrating that is by just taking like a bit of time every day for a while after the session and really feel the work that you've been doing. And a good way to do this is with the audio. This is why it's so important. Another way it's important is that you need to get through a bunch of different layers. So like there's the mental, the emotional, and finally the physical, right? It takes a while. It takes a while with the physical. This is why it's so important to have that continuous support throughout that time afterwards, so that whenever stuff comes up after the session, because it will, you have the audio, and in my case, also in your case, like we also have access to further support in through text. You know, this is why it's so important and so effective. You know, because this is your life. Yeah.
Amazing. And what surprised you? You know, after the session, what surprised you? Because we worked on money blocks. We worked on the hustle block. Like, you know, I have to work for money. So what other things like change in your life? Like, if you don't want to share all your personal things, that's fine. But I remember you mentioned something about support. Like, how was that feeling? How did you come to that realization that, oh my gosh, like it all makes sense now why I was feeling so unsupported?
Yeah, like I've noticed after a session that instead of waiting a while to see if I could solve it myself, and then ask for help when I kind of got to a low point, I was just like, you know what? Just gonna do it straight away. I'm gonna be like, listen, this is a bit difficult for me. Instead of being like, oh my God, I'm drowning, please help me. You know, I was just like, you know, could you just like help me out for a while? It'll take you like 2 minutes, you know, and I have a huge network. And then I wrote this to you and I was like, is this connected? Yes, because you feel supported now. Money's supporting you. And I'm like, oh my God, I am supported. And then I saw all the ways that I'm supported.
You see, like, you know, when you saw in your hustle, like just like you mentioned, when you saw in the fire getting burnt, you can't see the way out. Like, you're saying to yourself, I'm getting burnt by the fire and no one's helping me. But because you're surrounded by that fire, you can't see the people who want to help you. You're just stuck in that, in the mess. Right? You're stuck in the heat of it. You're in the kitchen, like telling people like, okay, I need to figure it all by myself. That's it. And that's the reason why money doesn't come in the way that you want it. Not that money's not coming for you, girl. I know money's flying to you. But it's like it doesn't come the way you want it, or you get that you feel the safety sometimes when you have to spend the money or invest the money, is because you're feeling like it's not money's not going to support me. It's like a relationship. Money is simply the relationship you have with it. If you trust that it will come back, if you have that intimate feeling that, money loves me, money wants to be around me, money wants to support me, you will start looking at all the ways that, wow, I am so supported by this person, by that person, by this thing. And that's like an amazing realization to come to, especially for women. Like us women, CEOs, running a business, like we have this tendency to try and do things ourselves. We have this, it's kind of a belief that we have that if I do it myself, I'm going to be more loved. I'm going to become more loved. People will love me more. People will want me more. People will think I'm such an amazing person because I can take on the world by myself. And again, you become like the vessel. You don't become the vessel for money. You become the vessel for burnout. You want to become, right? You want to become the vessel to hold money, to be that woman. Millions, which you are, Ronja. I know millions are coming your way, girl. Millions. I cannot wait. Oh, amazing. So, one final question that I have for you is, let's say someone wants to sign up with me. They've been stalking, lurking, and they're thinking, you know what? I need to like just do something about this. I need to go and work on my subconscious beliefs. What would you tell them?
Like I'm a big fan of like trying things out. I would say just book the call, see how you feel, and then like be really honest with yourself. Like, do you want this? Do you want this? This is the key, like honesty.
Exactly. Do you want this? That's a big question. Do you actually want to change? Because when you want to change, that's when the healing comes, and that's when the money comes, the clients come, the business expands. When you tell yourself, I am done staying this way. Like I can't keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. I have to create a change. So yeah, Ronja, this was an amazing conversation. Oh, I love you,
my friend.
Oh, girl, I love you so much. And I pray that you become the most successful woman, the most successful feminine sovereign coach in the world. I can't wait to see you go international. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this conversation was amazing. Thank you so much for showing up. And also last thing, where can people find you and how can they work with you?
So, I mean, I'm on all the social media. My main domain is on Instagram. My name is Amaranta. And you can find me probably through, how do you, like the people that follow each other, like through you?
Yeah, you can follow. I'll be adding your Instagram onto the caption.
Right.
So people can send you a DM, send you a message to
send me a DM. You can set up a free call, like where included in our call is like a mini healing session. Like even if you don't sign up with me, you get a lot of value from that. So like I would just encourage you to see what I'm all about and let me know if you're interested in working together.
Love you, Ronja. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend.